Right, so I've been a little curious about Levia and Savage Sash because I haven't seen it utilized that much, right? It's still Carrion Husk, it's still Fairendale Spring Tunic, and I think Sash is still better than Spring Tunic. You still have a decent number of sixes. If anything, you have better sixes to hit than Reiner because there's, a few more blues that you can take, a few more yellows, and altogether the cost basis is kind of smoothed out a bit better. And more importantly, you have a few of the banish go-agains versus Reiner's own discard draw go-agains, which are the big value plays when utilizing the Savage Sash. Now, KO is still leagues ahead of both of them, right? Being able to run fives, so that's fantastic for him. But yeah, I just wanted to play around a bit with Levia and Sash and see what exactly we can pull off. So I've thinned down the deck to what would probably be the core components just to see how workable it is, and then we'll take it from there. And I'm also curious with Berserk, right? I still don't think, again, she'll stack up to KO, but I think all three of them with Berserk is still a really, really powerful combo for Living Legend, and I'm curious to see how they're going to turn out with the new skirmish seasons, right, since LL is now in an acceptable format for the events. But yeah, so we can Blood Rush Bellow, we have Beast Within, we have 2 blues, so this is a nice start. We'll get rid of the Deadwood Rumbler, right, because I don't think I'd play that. I'm not really going to play Wrecker Romp anyway. We hit the Beast Within, so that's fantastic. So we can destroy the Who's to gain the action point. We might as well do that now. We take a life, that's fine. Right, we get Pulping, and then we get Shadow Realm Horror. So yeah, this card is even more disgusting. Now, there are obviously a bad 2 cards to hit, right? So maybe I shouldn't be taking Who's with it, but, we'll see how we can stack it and what might happen. But we have Pulping, and we have resources. So we'll Savage Sash, and we'll just start going and seeing how far we can take the run. So 8 starting away is perfect, right? And then we have Dread Screamer. So again, additional cost, banish 3 random cards from the graveyard. If 6 or more is banished this way, gains go again. Again, another strong card to utilize with Savage Sash, similar to Pulping, that again, Reiner doesn't have access to. And if we play it now, chances are we might be able to hit these 3 cards, or some of the 3 cards, to try and make Shadow Realm Horror a little bit better too, right? It's only 1 cost. And then we still play the Shadow Realm Horror off the Wrecker Romp. Will I have enough cards? Right, we hit 3, we leave 2, we put Dread Screamer if I break the chain. Yeah, that'll be fine, right? So we'll do Dread Screamer. So we did only hit 1 of the bad cards, unfortunately. So that does suck. But again, it's still, a decent extra bit of damage. And then we can, I don't actually know how to, I guess I pass to close the chain link, right? Put them into the graveyard just to stack the odds. Then we do Shadow Realm Horror, pitch. So we only hit 2, which is a bit unfortunate. But we still have Spoiled Skull to then be able to play the Pulping, so we only hit 1 because of Blood Rush Bellow. So we can do 8. Still has the go again, no? Yes. So we can do Spoiled Skull, we have 1 resource left. So with that, we can play the Pulping, no? What just happened? Board call, choose 1. Chosen random 1 of 3 action cards with different names in their banish zone and play it this turn. Second choice. Third choice. And then it picks 1 at random. I'm very confused what just happened. We can play Beast Within, but we don't have the resources. Yeah, okay, so this is why I really want to play around with it a bit, because I have not touched Levia at all, right, since her inception. So I'm curious about the whole banish side of things compared to just discard and the simplicity of Bruce. But I think I can tweak this and make it a bit more workable. So the equipment actually gunks it up. So I can see why Savage Sash is a little bit worse, right, because it destroys itself. But now I'm curious, right? How to utilize this to its fullest. Okay, first little tweak. Scab Skin, since it doesn't get destroyed, although, again, I don't like the fact that you can, low roll with it, right? Because that could really mess up a turn. Spoiled Skull and still Savage Sash, because I think they extend the plays by too much not to have. So I guess you just always Scab Skin first and see if it benefits you, right? We rolled a 1, so we have no action point, so I guess we're passing. We will Arsenal the Blood Rush Bellow. And that also means we can do the Agile Wind-Up if we want. In fact, I should have done it on my turn, thinking about it, so never mind, I guess we're not doing that. But we'll let all their damage through, because it's not going to be a lot from the bot. That's fine. So 9, and then our return is going to be, hopefully, something a little bit hefty. So what can we do? We can Blood Rush Bellow off of either of the blues, probably the Soul Harvest. I don't think I play Soul Harvest ever, right? Was it as an additional cost to play Soul Harvest, banish 6 cards from the graveyard, gains +1 for each card with Blood Debt. So if it wasn't so costly, that would be a fantastic way to sort of clear the graveyard of junk cards. But I think we should be fine. Again, all we have is the 3 Blood Rush Bellows, the Spoiled Skull, and the Savage Sash. So in a proper game, if you were waiting, a decent while, you would statistically have a reliable chance to land, stuff like Deadwood Rumbler. But yeah, let's kick it off. We'll Blood Rush Bellow, we'll pitch the Soul Harvest, we'll float 2. We get Ram Raider, which I believe is a go again. Yeah, but it's a banish from hand without draw. Then we also have the Deadwood Rambler, which is a draw a card, then discard a card with 6 or more. Banish a card from grave. I forgot to do. I forgot to Scab Skin first. Well, I guess we're doing it now. We rolled a 3. No, we rolled a 6, so that's perfect. We can Savage Sash. And we need 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, perfect. And one of them will be a 6 or more, right? Yeah. So with Dread Screamer, it's just perfect in this moment, right? 1, 2, 3. Well, I don't get to pick. Yet I tried to do that. But gains go again, which is fantastic. And we can start pressuring damage. Now, from there, we want to hit the Beast Within. So since we have the action points, I guess it's the Deadwood Rambler. This would cost banish a random card from your hand. It's put into the graveyard from anywhere other than the combat chain. So, okay, so Beast Within doesn't quite work with the Levia cards. There is a decent, disconnect of stuff, which is a bit unfortunate, but we can do the Dreadwood, pitch the Ram Raider, hopefully hit the Beast Within, right? Banish a card from our graveyard or their graveyard, well, opponent would probably be better. Doesn't really matter what we hit because we're just testing. You can still throw out a decent chunk of damage, but yeah, that was not as flavorful, right, as Reiner or KO, unfortunately. So I am starting to understand why Savage Sash is not taken, right, because of the disconnect between Brute and what Levia herself is generally trying to do, right, because we're not really doing anything with Blood Debt, we're not doing anything with the Demi-Hero card or anything like that, right? I just saw that she had more go-agains than Reiner, right? That's what popped into my head. So I wanted to give it a whirl, but, we'll restart. I do want to try and see if we can get a big chain, because that was not a big chain, that was 2 cards. So we have the Spoiled Skull to extend, which I suppose I could have done, right? Well, actually, I only had the Agile wind-up, right? Yeah, so that wouldn't have worked out. Well, we'll Scab Skins, we roll a 5, so that's good. Then we can Blood Rush Bellow, pitch the blue, see what we hit. Let resolve, Savage Sash, pass, and then we start barraging. Yeah, and they cost 1. They hit the other ones, that kind of sucked. And yeah, unfortunately, it's just a 9. This is not going as planned, in actuality. I should probably just try and stick with KO. The 5s with Savage Sash is just so perfect. I mean, we still have stuff we could play here, right? Savage Feast, if we get Scab Skins, it's a nice cheap one. We got 2 action points, so that is correct. So then we can Savage Sash. So Pulping, because it's the opening turn, works. Savage Feast also works, but it's discard random. I suppose you'd want to play the odds with Wild Ride and Pulping first. So you'd probably go Wild Ride, pitch the blue, hopefully hit, something else. And then we can do Pulping. Hopefully that doesn't hit the Savage Feast, but whatever it draws, and then we can Savage Feast. Oh, that was going to end badly anyway, right? And now we can't actually Blood Rush Bellow. Yeah, they're just not connecting as well as either Reiner or KO. Curious. There's one other thing that I do want to play around with Sash, right? That's just, I don't know if it's overkill or too greedy, but we'll give it a go. So unfortunately, I think we have to shelf Levia, right? It's not the line of play or the mentality that's for me, right? So we'll go back with KO, and we want CC. There we go. And what I wanna see how it feels is Art of War, right? Art of War in the deck. Is it too greedy? Because generally, right, everything else is 5 or 6 besides the Blood Rush Bellow. But Art of War just makes a lot of things a bit more interesting because we can take that go again. We can also take the turn 1 card into 2 and the buff, right? Or the go again and the turn 1 card into 2. And that kind of works out well. And we have the better cost basis thanks to Savage Sash and the fact that we can take more blues. So I'm curious, what do we cut though is the curiosity. Agile wind up because it's blue stays. I think all the blues have to stay, right? It is probably going to be the Breakneck Battery since that's just -1, right? I really like Savage Feast if you have a go again or action point generation through like being trackers. But yeah, Breakneck Battery just because this is then a 0-cost draw card. Draw and discard, technically, but the discard before the draw. You get what I'm trying to say. So I think we get rid of Breakneck Battery. Right, we'll just stick it in the maybe pile again. And yeah, we'll see how much we can pop off with this just against the bot for a little bit. And it's probably a deck that I'm going to throw into rotation, with or without the Art of War, because I had a lot of fun with it, right, leading up to Miss Val 2. Well, in saying all that, given this hand, maybe we should cut some of the blues. But we can easily trigger Run Roughshod. So, I don't know, I still like just playing aggressive as Brute, right? We can use Agile Windup to then be able to play Run Roughshod. And, well, actually, there's no good card here to stick in the arsenal besides maybe the Agile Windup. That's a bit sad. I mean, we could Skull, we could try and pop off, right? Make it free and just see if we could hit the Beast Within, see if we could get something else. I mean, that's not bad. It definitely feels bad opening with the Savage Sash, right? Because you will get damage across, but the majority of it will end up being blocked. But our hand is just so blue heavy that I gotta, right? And then I'll have I don't even think I'd bother with Agile Windup. I think you just start with Skullhorn, in all honesty. You Skullhorn, you see what we hit. Pass. Right? Yeah, that's just my luck. Alright, well, we'll let this play out. So the other scenario would be to Agile Windup, use the instant ability. We don't want the action points, and then play Run Roughshod with the Reincarnate, I guess. Beast Within, we can't Arsenal Beast Within, it's so bad. Yeah, so we didn't get anything across. We have the tokens, and we get a 4-card. Oh, I forgot to swing. No, Run Roughshod doesn't have go again. Yeah, so maybe we take some of the blues out. But there's the Art of War, right? So we can see what happens with this. I guess we're just tanking the damage. I mean, we don't really need to go again. That's the only other issue, right? Because agility gets popped no matter what. So timing the Art of War becomes a little bit tricky. Not stashing anything in the arsenal is definitely rough. I want to look at my cards so I can plan out what to do. Just hit me, right? We're practicing anyway. As additional cost to place guard a random card, but we get to draw. And Bare Fangs is the same thing, no action point. Yeah, so we definitely need the agilities, right? This is a good hand for that. I guess the correct go would still be Savage Sash, Savage Feast first, and hope not to hit the Art of War, right? You still get the card back, so hitting one of these two isn't so bad, and we don't have to pitch one. Right, Savage Feast, pass. We hit the Beast Within. We don't need the action points. I'm going to say no until we get something else. Yeah, okay. So that has the go again. And then we can use Art of War to give Bare Fangs go again. Still play it for 1. And we can banish the Barraging Bighorn. Yeah, I think I quite like that. Right, attack extra cards you control +1. So it's important to play it now. Right, pitch the Savage Swing. We want the buff. No, we want the go again, the draw 2. Definitely. Yeah, definitely the go again, definitely the draw 2. Right, banish Barraging. Get some more cards, that's good. Pass, see what they do, pass. There's nothing for us to react with, right? But now, since we have go again, we can Bare Fangs, we have resources, so that's fine. We want it to try and hit the Beast Within, please. Yeah, look at that. Right, and then we're going into pulping, so that works too. So we don't need the action point. Kind of enjoying the Art of War. Into another Beast Within. Oh, that's nice. We need some way to pitch, right? So I think it's Mandible Claw, just to pitch the Agile, to make sure pulping has a decent chance to land, right? And this is all without Blood Rush Belly too, which is really good. So we Mandible Claw, we pitch the Agile Windup, we do another 3, and then we can pulping. Come on. Oh, perfect. No card in the arsenal, so we don't need the action point. We hit Reincarnate, which is good. Probably don't want to play Reincarnate, though. But we can still Barraging. Don't need the action points. And yeah, I feel like that was a fairly decent turn, right? What do we do? Right, Savage Feast. Into the Bare Fangs. Into the Mandible Claw. Into Pulping. Into Barraging Bighorn. So 8, 6, 3 is 17, 23... 29, right? And could get a little bit greedier. So another card that I do like to maybe, perchance, is to take Crown instead of Skullhorn, right? Because if we have the gold, that also allows us to float resources. Because that's the other big benefit of the Art of War, right? Is make sure we can float those resources and also restock our hand. That is what overall smooths the game plan over. But, you know, we'll play this out. We'll see if we can KO the Dorinthia. I'm probably just going to go back and forth. Don't think the game lasts long enough for that to matter. Right, so we have Madcap Charger, another Bare Fangs, and Pulping. So we can still do a decent turn, right? It's probably worth blocking. Madcap Charger, pitch one. Pulping, pitch the other. No, so you'd have to Pulping first, hope not to hit the Madcap Charger. There's no way we can play both, from the looks of it, right? So it's Apex and the Barraging. Yeah, Apex, Barraging, pass, and it'll be Stash the Madcap Charger. No, it'll be discard the Madcap Charger, Stash whatever we get off the Pulping. Yeah, yeah. We still have all of the Blood Rush Bellows, but one to find, as well as the other two Art of Wars. So we can do Pulping, pitch that, discard. Yeah. The Run Roughshod isn't kind of what we want to stick in the arsenal, but it's not too bad. We still have the Bean Trackers, if need be. So we could swing and pressure with that, or stash the arsenal card. I feel like just having that one extra card to go into, especially since the one cost, is a bit better. So pass, put into the arsenal. There's Blood Rush, there's the Art of War. So now the question is the correct ordering, which would be to get rid of the Art of War before the Blood Rush Bellow. Alright, but 5. With this hand, again, I feel more than comfortable. Just let everything through. Even, you know, 2 swings, counters, none of it really matters to us. And then for our turn, so it's Art of War off the blue, right? And get rid of the Wild Ride and hope to draw something better. Although the Wild Ride itself is, you know, really good, but definitely worth getting the buffs off. The question is, do I take the Go Again? The Go Again means that anything I draw into is now more feasible. Yeah, so I take the Go Again. We take the Go Again, and we take the Draw 2. We get rid of Wild Ride. It's fine. Then we can Blood Rush Bellow since we have the floating resources. We don't need the action point because we have the Go Again. Right, and now we're free to play Run Roughshod. And then go into something else, go into a Pulping. That's not so bad. Right, 8 with Go Again. 1 to 5, and then Pulping. Pitch the Breakneck. Go Wild Ride. So unfortunately we can't then play the Mandible Claws. And we also haven't really made use of the Bean Trackers. But overall, yeah, I do think I like this just to smooth over everything, the Art of War. It's probably a little bit greedy, and, you know, some games it will lead into a problematic situation. But for now, I think I kind of like it. Thornblade, we don't need the agility token because I still have the Bean Trackers. At 15, we should be fine against the bot. Well, actually, now it's a bit more questionable. What's the last card? Nothing. Okay, but they're a bit more defensive. So, it is pitch the Agile Wind-Up. We want to play the Breakneck Barrier. We want to play the Wild Ride first. Yeah. Wild Ride. Pitch. Agile. Savage Swing is fine to go into. Action points. Action point of the Savage Swing. Right? No. No, it's still not correct. Yeah, no action point. We need a little bit more draw, right? Because I can't... Well, I can Breakneck Battery, do that, and then swing. I suppose that's fine. Yeah. Done. So, yeah, I do think I enjoy the feel of Art of War. Fortunate about Levia, right? Because obviously, Rhino and KO. And I really want to make Shadow Realm Horror. So obviously, in the highest high rolls, you can, you know, do disgusting things by discounting Shadow Realm Horror and then being able to play from Banish, right? Rather than your hand. So if you hit the right things, that could go a long way, especially with Blood Rush Bellow. So I'd say, compared to Rhino, she probably has the better OTK potential, right? But it's just so inconsistent because you just gunk up. You have to manage your hand, deck, and graveyard, right? Versus Rhino just managing your hand and deck, which you can easily control. But yeah, I think I like KO most of all. I think everyone likes KO most of all. And yeah, Art of War. I think we'll try it in the deck for a little while and see how it plays out. Anyway, little bit of testing today. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah.